He's angry about mortgages. It's Angry Mortgage. He's swearing. He's cursing loud. He's old. He's opinionated. And he's been doing this so damn long. This program is about mortgages, and this is mortgage advice, but the advice may not apply to your situation. Contact licensed mortgage professionals for specific recommendations before you make decisions about mortgages. You may not agree with Ron, but if you don't, he thinks you're wrong. Oh, and did we say there is a lot of swearing?
It's causing us to, the specter of fraud that hangs over our industry is causing us to work the bejeebers out of honest people. The vast majority of the people we talk to are completely honest.
Absolutely.
Doing nothing wrong.
Yeah.
But they're starting to lose their minds and saying, like, wait a minute, I gave you my pay stub. I gave you my T4s. I gave you my job letter. Now you want bank statements to see if my payroll's going into my bank? Like, what the fuck's going on here? This is crazy.
Yeah.
And they're completely honest people, because there's so many times when I'm reading comments in social media about the mortgage experience, there is a relentless reference to the same thing. God, there were so many documents. God, they had to chase so many. God, I had to look for all them. And then when I gave some, then they called me back and they needed more. I constantly see that comment all over the place when it comes to mortgages.
Correct.
And folks, just so you understand it ain't you, it's the crooks. And the crooks, like let's face it, when you go to the airport and go through all that security, you were fine. Like you were doing nothing wrong.
Right.
But we all go through the security. It's all a pain in the ass.
Just the way it is. Yeah.
Just the way it is. There's no escape. Okay. So that's what we've got now in the mortgage business. We've got the effectively airport security for everybody.
That's a great analogy. You know, I jest with friends. I tell them, listen, you want to feel two painful experiences. One's a colonoscopy and the other one's a new mortgage app. So, and I don't know which one's worse, right? It's
the mortgage app's longer.
Yeah, the mortgage app is longer.
Yeah,
at least I can knock you out for the former. But you know, the interesting thing though is you're absolutely right. We're not talking about the majority of people. We're probably talking about
2-3%.
2-3%. I agree. You know, let's even say 5%. If we made it so bloody miserable for these Canadians, and you know, from an industry perspective, you appreciate and respect why a broker may be upset or may push back, but listen, no lender, whether they're a bank or monoline or mortgage finance company like we are, we don't wake up in the morning and say, you know what, we want to make this arduous and we really want to be a pain in the ass.
Because it costs you money.
It costs us money. You know, it's really this simple, not to bore the audience, but at the end of the day, it's really this simple. If we've made a significant error, if we've made an error, let's strike out significant, we have to take that loan back. We have to take it back. Not the broker, not the borrower. We take it back.
You're on the hook.
We're on the hook.
Yeah.
You know, and we're not talking about a few dollars here. It's not like I'm taking back a 6-pack of donuts.
There's no small mortgages in Canada. No.
So, and then it's not even that. Even if the mortgage goes through, there's so many layers, related to where we're probably going to go with FinTrack and AML and all. Like, we have a lot of obligations. Right. And we know all the industry participants on the lending side, we all understand the agony and the arduous process that brokers have to go through. But it's not by design. It's not by intention. It's just got to be done. We got to get through that security gate to get on the plane to finally get to the beach.
So this brings us to why efficient, highly effective solutions are still not here. I've spent the last 5 years of my life devoted to accomplishing digital verification through CRA of tax documents that are submitted to lenders. Now, before everybody flies off the handle, because there's a certain number of people who want to say, no, there's a privacy problem. Yeah, fuck you. I don't want you to do that. Listen carefully. First of all, we're talking about one single number on your tax return. We're not talking about studying your tax return.
Right.
We're not talking about questioning all the things of deductions or what this or that. There's one number we want to cross-reference with CRA as a lender. And by the way, no mortgage broker is going to do this. People like Albert are going to do this, like corporations that are bonded and that have strict privacy policies and that are only going to communicate with directly to CRA in a highly secure manner, probably a more secure manner than you're communicating with CRA about your own tax return, because God knows they've been hacked for tax returns. Okay,
Yep.
So we're going to develop because we're only asking to confirm one single number. It's your identity, couple of items, name, social insurance number, address. Here's what's line 15,000. Here's what we've got. It's a yes or no. We don't even need to know what the number is on your side.
We don't care.
You just want to say, is that the same number, the number that we have been given on your tax, the tax document CRA provides? Is it the same? Yes, it is. Bingo. We're done. Now, we're not totally done. We're still going to do some more confirmation, but this is the key for everybody listening and watching. They've been doing this in the United States for nearly 19 years now.
Correct.
Okay. It has been exactly the same in the States.
Yeah.
Nobody complains about it. Nobody is bitching about it down there. It's just part of the lending system. There's absolutely no pushback. Everyone knows what they have to do. You got to develop. You got to provide your W-2s. You got to provide all this. Okay. So this is not like it's not a test. We're not testing anything. This has been going on in the United States on a much, much, much bigger scale for all these years and working just fine. And as much as we thought we're halfway there a year and a half ago, we had the government announce it, put it in the budget, there will be confirmation of mortgage documents through the banking system to ensure the integrity of the Canadian mortgage market. It was right in the budget. I can even take a screenshot of the bullshit right on the thing. Goes to CRA to die. Like, CRA has 60,000 employees. They might be down a couple thousand now, but it's just in bureaucratic hell. Mm-hmm. Never gets out. Never, there was supposed to be a report in March. Then CRA said, oh, there's an election on. We can't produce any reports. Mm-hmm. Wait a minute. This isn't political. What the fuck are you talking about? This is just process, okay? Nope. So now we're in the middle of June, end of June. Nothing. There's nothing. Okay. Why is it? People like to think of sinister answers. People like to say, we think that it's the government wants to support mortgage fraud. I don't believe that's true at all. Okay. I think that, like a lot of things in Canada, once it goes into that bureaucratic maze, it doesn't come out again. No. And that's what we're up to. So.
Yeah, I mean, there's so much there. I mean, first of all, I agree with the comment about this is not political.
Nope. Not.
So like, do the plows stop plowing the roads after a snowfall because we're in the middle of an election? No.
Nope.
So let's get to the reality. And what's very perplexing for me, Ron, is it's not as though CRA has not been impacted by this. They had $36 billion, give or take a few bucks, in CERB fraud. Okay? Some of it perpetuated by their own employees.
Yes, exactly.
So I don't know how much stimulus you need to say, wait a minute now, I think we need to lock this down. And it's interesting, you and I were talking, before we turn these cameras on, it's my belief that if we don't even need to know all those particulars, red light, yellow light, or a red light, green light.
Is this number correct?
Yeah,
yes
is this
no?
right?
Yeah.
And you know what? We can even put in a reasonable standard deviation of like a few percentages, whatever the case is. Whatever. That's all we're asking for. But it's interesting. I've actually heard people say same about, well, I don't want someone checking in on my information. Well, wait a minute now. Let's unpack that. You're giving people 6 months, 90 days, 12 months bank statements, depending on your situation. You're giving them your T4. You get your level of employment. I mean, how much more?
You've given us your information.
You've given it to it. What more? Apart from taking an X-ray of your liver, I mean, what more could I actually look for, right? So, and what I think what gets lost in all this is you're talking to all the sinister people, to your point, but we're actually protecting those that are doing it right. Hey, just listen. We're making sure that you are who you are, and we're doing this right. And I believe, as I was saying with you at lunch, I believe if the CRA would do this, everything else that we're talking around fraud doesn't go away, but man, does it stop quite a bit very quickly, because all those other things we were talking about mean nothing